Hey everybody, so I decided to do something which I've never done here before. Doing a video uh, post. It's been so hot this weekend. Um, just don't want to sit at a computer and be typing right now. So, sorry. Anyway, the reason I'm on here right now is because one person I subscribe to, a trans preacher here on Substack. I highly encourage you to go follow her. She is great. She has some very, very short reflections, a lot. But she did yesterday, July 4th. So I guess actually by the time you see this on the 6th, it'll be 2 days ago. She did a reflection on, people who, July 4th. So you get forgotten on July 4th. I don't remember if she said it was inspired. I can't remember who it was, either Frederick Douglass or James Baldwin did some sort of what does July 4th mean to a slave or something like that, or a colored person. So I don't remember the exact title, so please forgive me for that. Um, but I felt like it was inspired by that because it was talking about all of the other people who, um, aren't necessarily celebrated on July 4th. Um, anyway, go watch it. It's great. Subscribe, follow, all the good stuff. But that got me thinking about a bumper sticker I see a lot, which is "Land of the Free because of the Brave." And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, who are the brave? When we say "Land of the Free because of the Brave," who are the brave that we're talking about? I think most people, when they see that, if they think about it at all, are going to go like, "Oh, it's veterans, people who fought in wars to preserve our freedoms and stuff like that." Um, which, okay, yes, my brother is a veteran. Okay, I have an uncle who is a veteran as well. Was in the Navy. My grandfather was a civilian contractor who worked in like naval bases when my dad was younger. Um, I have had other friends and family who have been in the armed forces in one way or another. So yes, that is true. But when we talk about that and act like veterans are the only ones who are brave, we're forgetting about all of the other people who fought and died and bled so that we could be free. We forget about the women who marched so that women could have the right to vote, so that women could be, at least on some level, equal to men, legally speaking, because all people are equal, but legally speaking, equal to men. We're talking about slaves who resisted their enslavement, about slaves who escaped and led others to freedom. We're talking about white people who fought or struggled so that slaves would be free. We're talking about freedmen who were killed because they were just trying to live their lives. We're talking about people who were killed or hurt in the struggle for civil rights for black people. We're talking about the people who were killed in the civil rights Asian Americans, Native Americans, Latinos, or any other marginalized ethnic or racial group. We're talking about the trans women and drag queens at Stonewall who threw bottles and fought and protested for civil rights for queer people. We're talking about queer people who died because the US government didn't give a shit what was going on during the AIDS crisis. We're talking about nurses, many of them lesbian women, who took care of gay men and bi men in the hospital who had AIDS and were abandoned by everyone because no one knew how AIDS spread. All of these people, too, are brave. And not just them. We're talking about the trans teens today who are growing up in a time of backsliding, when the government is against them and trying to stop them from being able to live their full, authentic lives. We're talking about trans people who are fighting for their right to exist in this time. In a time where the government is doing everything it can to eradicate us. All of these people are the brave, not just veterans. So when you say the land of the free because of the brave, make sure you realize who the brave are. Make sure you think about who you're talking about. The brave is anyone who has fought, bled, suffered, even died, so that we can be free. And the struggle is ongoing. The struggle hasn't ended. So don't think it has. It is ongoing. And I don't know if it will ever stop. I hope it does. But it might not. And I don't think it will in my lifetime. So, the land of the free because of the brave. Yes. But just think about who the brave are. Thank you.